Previously on Make Cool Shit.
Getting a crew together that jives is paramount.
Andrew Rhodes, a fucking miracle that we got him.
Jay Williams.
The drill sergeant. It's my first feature as a first AD. It has to go well.
Shoots in 2 weeks.
All the department heads go over a tech scout.
You want to know what isn't gonna work.
What up, Donny?
Oh, you're the podcast people. We locked in an actress today.
Becky Drysdale.
A dream get. Nothing can stop them now.
A storm has begun.
Welcome to Scare Me.
Hosted by Aaron Kheifets. This is Make Cool Shit.
You might be a little frustrated at this point. You wanted the making of a movie. Lights, camera, action, celebrity stories, method acting, auteur directors, Christian Bale yelling at a lighting guy, and Daniel Day-Lewis making everybody call him President Lincoln, or whatever. You know, famous people being assholes. And instead, you got 4 episodes of detail about writing, financing, staffing, and planning. Well, welcome to actually making movies. But we're finally here. Everyone's in Woodstock, ready to shoot. All that planning is about to pay off. Hopefully.
Dad, I'm doing a toast. You guys have brought people you trust, and I have my friends here who I trust. And thank you so much for traveling far and wide and icy and dangerous to make it a little man's dream come true.
Cheers,
Here we are at Josh's parents' place for the official kickoff dinner for Scare Me.
I have a tiny, very legal crew gift. For all those late, exhausting, cold days, this is a CBD joint. You are all welcome to have. There's like 20 in here, so there's just one for everybody.
It does not get you high.
It doesn't get you high. It's all, you know, it's a...
So what kind of a gift is that?
It's a lovely, warm gesture. Unfortunately, the weather outside is anything but. There is a polar vortex. Temperatures have plummeted, and snow is falling so hard, you can't tell where the roads begin or end. The New York State Thruway has been closed, and shooting is supposed to start at daybreak.
Today was a little challenging.
Yeah, why is that?
I think just the snow.
That's Lauren Sick, actor, director, and Josh's girlfriend.
This unexpected -8-degree weather is not working in our favor, I don't think. But
You guys arrived yesterday, yeah?
Saturday.
we drove
got here Saturday
up
to beat the
Saturday
blizzard,
to
yeah.
beat the storm.
Almost everybody came up from the city today to prep today. Like
At
left at
6
6 a.m., got there at 8, realized the road was too dangerous to drive on. Our DP has the only like 4-wheel drive vehicle, so he like helped our art team get out of a ditch and all kinds of spin it real. There's drama. There's some drama.
A polar vortex is exactly what it sounds like. Temperatures are inhumanly low, even for January in upstate New York. And a storm has just arrived to heighten the winter conditions the day before principal photography begins.
Josh has a lot of friends, and they're all willing to throw down, which is very special. I mean, look, his mom's cooking us a homemade meal.
So Mike and Donny, the producers of this podcast, are at the kickoff dinner capturing interviews. They're sharing a room at the lodge in Woodstock.
It's like planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, those hard pillows.
Yeah.
Smooch Town.
I picked the wrong day to take a laxative also, right? Just kidding. How am I? Anyway.
And
cut. Perfect.
So tomorrow, breakfast is at 5:30?
Yeah, it'll be kind of crazy schedule tomorrow. We're adding some scenes. We're deleting some scenes, actually. One of our setups has to, like, poof, because of the inclement weather. Mm-hmm. So we have to move that to a later day.
That's Jay Williams, assistant director.
I have my work cut out for me.
But Jay is toughing it out because he's a pro, but also because this is a huge opportunity for him. And he's not the kind of guy that's going to let you down just because times get tough.
I'm a black kid from North Brooklyn. Ended up in Mississippi out of black boarding school and got kicked out a few times because it just wasn't a city kid environment. But yeah, I lived in Mississippi 5 years. After that was New Orleans.
During Jay's time in New Orleans, he studied pre-law at Xavier University until Katrina. And Jay had just been kicked out of 3 different homes, from Baton Rouge to Houston, because he was traveling with a friend and his 5 pit bulls.
It was really difficult. I slept in my car. I was traveling with what you might call a seedy person from New Orleans, which is a wardy, which is basically a neighborhood guy. He had dreads, he wore long white tees. Automatically, he's a murderer. I'm this clean-cut pre-law kid from New York. who can switch it on and off like a chameleon. So everyone's just like, hey, you can stay. You and your 5 pit bull dogs, Osama, Mercedes, Barack. Yeah, me and my 5 dogs were welcome, but he wasn't.
Side note, it was 2005 and one of your pit bulls is named Osama? Bold move.
And that's just not the type of guy I was. I couldn't do that. So I just wrote it out with him. I watched a lot of people die. A lot of people died during Katrina, like more than 9/11. And to me personally, you can't compare the two. And I'm from New York. I live in the Lower East Side. You can't compare the two. Ready to eat?
Here we are at the kickoff dinner, and it's hard enough to get people to sign a release. And there's Jay. Yeah, he opened his heart to us. It was amazing. And we were just taking in his story, totally shocked by his circumstance, and he's just like, okay, now I'm hungry. So yeah, dude can switch it on and off. But he seems like exactly the kind of guy you want on your team, especially if the odds are stacked against you. So the plan was to head back to the hotel to get some rest. We quickly stuffed our faces and headed out to the cars.
What's up, guys?
Looking for another shovel.
What happened?
Oh, somebody ended up in a snowbank for the third time. Let's see. It's a garden shovel, but it's a shovel.
That's production assistant Des Savini.
Okay.
All the cars get stuck in ditches on all sides of Josh's mom's driveway, which is steep and iced over. It sucks.
Oh, okay.
Andrew?
All right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this ain't going nowhere fast. Nope.
People are tired. I think people underestimate how dangerous driving in the snow is.
Sure.
We've had, 2 sedans stuck earlier today. Oh, and there was a truck that got stuck too. So 4 vehicles today. Probably a record.
It's late. They need to get a good night's sleep in order to perform their jobs tomorrow. It's not the way you want to spend the night before your first day of shooting.
Are you gonna help or are you gonna record me?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Okay.
A little stuck.
Yeah, just a little bit. This part of the driveway is not paved, so.
How can I help, Des?
Give me 4-wheel drive. Alright, that was fun.
Did it.
Thank you.
Take care. Be safe, guys.
With a little luck and some elbow grease, they get the cars unstuck, or most of them anyways. And as a reward for that, they get to go home and get just a few hours sleep so they can wake up before dawn.
So Mike and I are sharing a room at the Lodge in Woodstock. It's a quaint little hotel that has a great bar. And all the pipes are frozen. There's no running water. There's actually a portable heater that's faced right at the sink in the toilet to just try to unfreeze things. That didn't work. We did our best to try to get a good night's sleep, but as soon as 5 a.m. rolled around, I had to make sure I was ready for an Uber to pick me up and take me to the crew house so I can conduct some interviews and see what's what for breakfast. Mike, on the other hand, I think he slept in and maybe got a facial. I don't know.
Morning. Morning.
It's 5:30 in the morning. Shoot day 1. It's negative 10 degrees outside. 14 inches of snow fell overnight. The crew has had very little time to figure out how they're all going to work together, and even less sleep. They've got an ambitious first day in front of them. If they can't get everything that they need today, that puts them behind for tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Tick-tock.
So no heat, no plumbing.
Yeah. No bathroom. No.
Here's Donny getting the scoop from Jay Williams on life at the crew house.
Where's the bathroom then?
I just pissing with brown.
Where?
With brown in the toilet.
Either not everyone's running on all cylinders yet, or life is rough at the crew house.
Becky, nice to meet you.
Becky.
How are you?
It's pretty wet in there.
That's Becky Drysdale, one of the 4 cast members. She's arriving at the crew house for breakfast, makeup, and wardrobe. She'll be playing Bettina.
My first impressions of Becky Drysdale, everyone was buzzing about it the night before the kickoff dinner. But when she arrived at the crew house on shoot day 1, it was about 6 a.m. Everyone was groggy. It's like the door flung open, snowdrifts kind of entered the room, and then you just magically see Becky Drysdale kicking snow off her boots, talking about how she slipped on ice and fell on her ass.
I already wiped out yesterday at my hotel.
Oh,
Second I walked into my room, ate shit.
And I was able to steal her for a minute, and nobody wants a microphone in their face at 6 a.m, but she was pretty chilled out.
I'm Rebecca Drysdale, playing the part of Bettina, the cabbie. That's what I know right now. When I got to New York UCB, I was sort of came through the Chicago scenes.
You will be a time-traveling lesbian.
Yeah, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. This sucks.
Think of the universe, Rebecca. It needs you.
The universe can go fuck itself, Carl. I don't see what's in it for me anymore.
Your next mission
I don't want it.
is to travel to 1968, the summer of love, and infiltrate a group of ex-underwear models turned free love lesbian nudists who invent ecstasy. But if you want to be an improviser, I can't stop you.
So I didn't come up through the UCB in New York, which already just kind of makes you a little bit of a outsider somewhat. Definitely not one of the cool kids. Now one of the old kids.
Everyone heads to set, and while they're setting up, Donny tries to get some thoughts on what they're up to.
Do you mind if you just break down what gear you're using today?
Sure. Yeah, we're using a Red Epic W with modified Canon primes. Ask me later when I'm more awake.
Wardrobe-wise, what do you want to do with Bettina's,
homages from all
absolutely. A little Jack Torrance goes in there, a little Alec Baldwin.
Actually, you know what? Maybe this is for day 2.
That's Josh and Sean Dermond, costume designer. They're chatting about the little Easter eggs they've put in, little nods to The Shining and Beetlejuice, movies they love. I've worked with Sean before. He's also a writer and a director. He's one of these guys that gets obsessed with the details of things.
This is not just a job. It's got to be right. It's got to be perfect.
And when he does something, he really throws himself into it, which is lucky for Josh, because that puts a level of love into this movie that you only get when you're working with people like that.
Don't half-ass it, you know? A friend is making this movie.
With wardrobe sorted for day 1, we head to our first location, an empty lot where cameras are being mounted on a car for a driving scene.
It's just after 7 a.m. and we're standing in an empty parking lot. It's kind of miserable, to be honest.
There's no smiles out there.
No smiles. No one's having a good time.
But Mike, my partner and producer of this podcast, had this beautiful Cadillac sedan straight from the Classic Car Club.
Heated seats and the massagers on, producer style. It's all blacked out. Everyone else is in garbage vans, freezing their tuchus.
I was able to duck into there every now and again, sip a hot chocolate, and just kind of kick my feet up for a minute, warm my hands, and then get back out there in the field with the recorder and just get in everybody's face. Most people did not have that luxury.
Could you break down how you're capturing sound for the scene?
Yeah, I'll probably wire the car mostly by taking some mics, like wireless mics, and running them along the ceiling and then putting them right above the actor's face.
Of course, Donny gets in and tries to geek out about the audio while the sound recorder is trying to do his job. For this film, the sound recordist is Jeff Gaumer.
I just kind of stumbled into sound because I was with a crew as their AC.
AC here stands for assistant camera.
The budget for what they were doing, they lost a lot of it. So they were like, we can't afford an AC anymore, but we need a sound guy. You want to be a sound guy? And it was I was right out of school. It's sure, yeah, I need money, I need to work. And then I kind of fell in love with it.
According to the handbook, the sound recordist is responsible for placing the microphones, operating the recorder, and making sure the quality of the recording is good.
You're your own department. You get to play with the big kids too, with the director and the DP. You're right there. And you get to interact with the actors all the time.
Logistically, what are we going to place you in this area to pick up sound?
I'm in the truck up.
In the truck?
The lead truck.
The plan is for Jeff to mic up the car where the action will take place, between Josh and Becky. This car is on a trailer with a camera mount and will be towed by a U-Haul truck.
Our driving path is about 2.5 miles down that way. We have a cul-de-sac that will reset and come back. Our order of our vehicles will be monitors in this 12-pass van. That's going to be in the lead. And then the U-Haul will be in the middle. And then our follow van with all our camera gear, that's the follow van, all right?
That's second AD Jonathan Wu. It seems like things are going pretty well. But Obviously, some things aren't ideal.
Actors getting in and out of the car. Best way is to climb into the window.
So, I was just checking in, seeing how it's going.
That's editor of this podcast, Dan Strong, calling Donny and Mike in their nice, warm car.
We are about to witness them pushing a woman through a window to get her in the car because they didn't really factor in that the doors can't open once you put a car on a trailer.
Becky, despite being just cast a few days ago and just arriving this morning, hits the ground running. She's currently being helped through the driver's side window of Sean's beat-up car so she can do her scene.
And it looks like there's bullet holes in the side of that Dodge Caravan.
No.
Don't worry about that.
All right, let's get ready to mount up, guys.
Everyone to the vans, please.
Josh has to act and direct at the same time, but that's impossible. So he has to quickly flip-flop back and forth. And he's got to rely on his crew to let him know if his performance is weird in some kind of way. Last thing you want to do is write, direct, and star in your own movie and then have everyone be like, that guy isn't great.
Hey, Josh, just want to let you know, I can actually see basically from your eyes are obstructed, but I can definitely see your nose down to your chest pretty clearly, so we'll need a performance there. All right, so we're rolling.
Scary, take one.
Go ahead, mark it.
Scary, take one, mark.
It has taken a lot to get here, but the first shot of the first day of this shoot is now rolling.
So you're a writer?
Yeah.
Ah. Right on, right on.
Well, writer, director, actor sometimes.
Oh, hello, triple threat. I didn't know there was a Liza Minnelli in my car. Welcome, welcome. Is that fast enough for you?
It's fast and lovely.
Yeah, I just don't want to be too annoying improv.
No.
I mean, even if she says Cameron, it's still like...
absolutely. James Cameron.
James Cameron?
Yeah.
Here, Josh is giving Becky latitude to improvise between the takes. You don't typically hire legendary improviser Becky Drysdale if you don't want her to improvise. This is Josh's happy place. The cameras, the car, the mics, the planning, the raising the money, the writing the script even. It's all so that he gets to do this with people like Becky. And so the two of them get to be funny and spontaneous and kind of fence back and forth with these characters, make each other laugh. And if some of that energy can translate to screen, they're going to have something really good.
Do you want to do another one of these, Josh? I actually feel solid.
According to the handbook, directors differ in how many takes they typically shoot. Stanley Kubrick would often shoot numerous takes in order to groom each shot to perfection. One saying has it that the best takes are the first and the 10th, the advantage of spontaneity versus practice. But the budget may not allow 10 takes. When we come back, Chris Redd and Aya Cash arrive on set. The shoot days are long. The crew is as strapped as ever, and the budget is as tight as ever. But they've gotten into a flow, and things are coming along.
We counted yesterday, and Jen and I make up 8 separate departments. We're production office, locations, accounting, transportation, craft services, medical, and...
Have you needed to tap medical as a resource yet?
Only with some vitamin C. Cures the crew has hangovers.
And Donny documents their process and becomes almost like a member of the family.
Quick thought on how production's coming along?
It's going, to be completely honest, not a great time.
Okay, maybe he's more like a step-brother.
It's becoming pretty clear that Brendan does not want to talk, and I don't think he wants me on set. Maybe that's because I'm calling him Brandon the whole time, and not Brendan, but set design seemed to be more approachable.
We wanted to have a big centerpiece of taxidermy, and I got everything but the caribou from this one rental house.
Wait, that caribou wasn't here before?
No, we brought that in.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you. R.I.P.
That's production designer Lauren Burge. She's mounted a caribou head above the fireplace in the cabin. It's the main location of the shoot, and it gives the whole thing a creepy, rural, no one's gonna hear you scream kind of vibe. The handbook says, don't overlook the importance of good art direction. Is the space adequate for the shoot? Are the walls, furniture, and artwork usable for the film, or does it need to be changed?
The fireplace is pretty crucial to the plot, but we didn't have the budget or manpower to have a proper effects person dedicated to operating this fireplace. So someone who knew what they were doing kindly set us up, and then I'm on set with this barbecue lighter, a PA nearby with a fire extinguisher ready to go. Unbeknownst to me, we flipped the gas valves so they're facing down instead of up. So when we turn on the gas is pooling at the bottom of this fireplace. Suddenly, the next thing I know, I'm enveloped in this circle of flame. And I didn't fully realize what was happening, and then I could smell my hair burning. And just behind me, I weakly hear Josh just go, "Andrew, are you okay?"
And under that giant caribou head, in front of that fireplace, Josh has to pull off a kind of tricky performance. In this scene, Josh's character Fred screams trying to scare Fanny, Aya's character. But Fanny isn't scared at all. He's just trying too hard. So Josh has to scream loud, trying to be scary, without actually being scary, therefore being funny. It's a narrow target to hit.
All right, lock it up. Let's roll. Sound roll camera, rolling.
10 Delta, take 1. That was awesome. Perfect for me. Yeah.
It's not just long days. They're also doing overnight shoots, when most of the horror in this horror movie takes place.
Okay, just arrived at set. I see you guys blacked out the windows.
Yep.
Oh, pictures up.
Right down there is the craft field production area.
I heard that you have a chicken parmesan today, right?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I guess we were told wrong. Okay.
Sometimes you get bad intel, like craft services will have chicken parmesan for the crew in the middle of a blizzard. And sometimes you get good intel, which is exactly what happened when I spoke with Andrew.
Chris is here today.
Line producer Andrew Rhodes is talking about Chris Redd.
Should definitely try to chat with him at some point.
Chris Redd is there, Aya Cash is there, and they're already in the swing of things. It's fun.
Quiet all around. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I used to get mad at my mom all the time because it was like, Mom, make it stop raining, you know? I still think she can do that. So. Okay, we're gonna swing the 50. Take a dive.
Hey, I'm Chris. I'm playing Carlo in Scare Me.
Is there room to improvise on set there?
Obviously the words are written. Yeah. So these is one of my favorite things to do. It's just kind of like make something you don't know how it's gonna turn out, you know. But this one is so much fun because it's different and it's like fun way to like, you know, step your game up because everybody's so good around you. Like, well, I don't want to be the weak link. So
yeah.
And horror comedies, like, it's two of my favorite genres, like, together. So it's it's been really fun, man.
What's your favorite horror movie?
Ooh, my favorite horror movie is Cabin in the Woods. It was like so specific and new and original.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What a twist.
Yeah, the twist was sick.
Congrats on the Emmy.
Thank you very much. That was crazy, unexpected, but deserved. Yeah. No, it's been cool, man. Continue to just make stuff that makes me laugh.
Hi, Maya Cash. Whatever. Hi, I'm Maya Cash. What? I'm playing Fanny. Exactly. Okay. Hi, I'm Aya Cash. I'm playing Fanny.
I come from theater. That's sort of how I started acting. So it's always fun when you're able to do long scenes and one space. Let's make it work with what we have. Feels very theater.
And just like that, Aya proceeds to make it work.
Point being, without the comfort and strength of your mother, things will suck. I'm so sorry.
No, just put it in your own words. The whole idea is that, like, this little boy without his mom.
Yeah, is not.
What does he have?
Yeah.
Josh is reminding Aya that he's not married to the words. He wrote the thing, but he wants her to make it hers. I guess if you're playing in the New York Philharmonic, you gotta adhere to those notes very tightly. But this movie's jazz, baby.
Working with Chris Redd and Josh Rubin, who are two of the funniest sketch people that I know. I mean, they create characters and they transform so just sort of trying to keep up with the two of them.
All right, guys, here we go.
Roll, sound roll, camera, rolling.
To fucking celebrate this man right here, The enigmatic Carla.
Thank you very much. I don't have a speech prepared, so I won't say one.
This man is Chevy.
Oh my God! Thank you guys, superstars. Thank you guys so fucking much. Seriously, that was unfucking believable. Thank you.
At this point, it's worth noting something that the cast is not paying attention to. The weather is still totally crappy outside, but nobody cares. Everyone at this point is having fun. This is the golden part of making movies. The actors are in their element, they're having a good time, they're nimble, they're on their toes, and they're interacting with one another.
Brie Larson could totally have done
Captain Marvel.
From frozen pipes, clogged shitters, to Mother Nature. It's not the cold we need to worry about, it's snow proper. Holy shit. It's like even when you get everything right, even when you get inside, don't shoot in January in New York.
The forecast, we're expecting
8 to 14 inches of snow.
overnight.
Starting at 1 a.m. tonight.
There's a winter weather warning at the moment for this area. Basically, we're not going to really know what the move is until the morning, and we can assess conditions.
And as soon as the podcast stops filming, everyone's coming to work tomorrow no matter what, right?
Yep.
I mean, if your crew is laughing, then that's the best thing, because they'll just hopefully they'll do that, go that extra mile, to bend over backwards.
Everyone's relieved to break after the night shoot, but the weather is causing some more problems. And first AD Jay Williams is nowhere to be found. And that is bad. Because, generally on a feature film, assistant director is not an optional position. Where's our drill sergeant?